I'll pay, I said again, forcing a smile. That was my life. Not a moment. Not a phase. A pattern. My name is Ethan Cole, and before everything changed, I was the guy who gave everything and got nothing back. Are you serious? Jason asked, staring at me. What? I said, pulling out my wallet. You paid last time, he said. And I replied. And this time too, he said. I shrugged. It's fine. He leaned back, shaking his head. You're unbelievable. I laughed lightly. Relax, it's just money. He looked at me carefully. Is it? He asked. I didn't answer, because I already knew the truth. It wasn't just money. It was everything. Lily loved expensive things. That's what I told myself. She deserves it, I said once. Jason looked at me like I had lost my mind. Deserves what? He asked. Nice things, I replied. From you, he said. Yeah, I said. Why? He asked. I hesitated. Because I love her, I said. He sighed. That's not love, he said. I frowned. What is it then? He leaned forward. That's you trying to earn something you shouldn't have to earn, he said. I laughed it off. You're overthinking it, I said. He shook his head. No, he said quietly. You're underthinking it. I ignored him, like I always did, because it was easier than facing what he was saying. Lily walked into the cafe a few minutes later. Sorry I'm late, she said. It's okay, I replied quickly. She sat down, looked at the table, then at me. You didn't order yet? She asked. I was waiting for you, I said. She smiled slightly. Good, she said. Jason watched silently. What do you want? I asked her. She didn't even look at the menu. The usual, she said. I nodded. Got it. Jason leaned toward me as I stood up. You see this? He whispered. See what? I asked. That, he said. She expects it. I rolled my eyes. Stop, I said. He sat back, unimpressed. I placed the order. Paid. Came back. Same routine. Different day. So, Lily said, checking her phone. Did you get the gift? Yeah, I said. Her eyes lit up slightly. Really? She asked. Yeah. I repeated. What is it? She asked. You'll see, I said. She smiled. Not at me. At the idea. Jason noticed it too. I could tell. But he didn't say anything this time. Dinner went on. Mostly her talking. Me listening. Jason occasionally watching both of us like he was waiting for something to break. Are you even listening? Lily asked suddenly. Yeah, I said quickly. What did I just say? She asked. I paused. About your friend? I guessed. She sighed. Ethan, she said, you need to pay attention. I am, I insisted. She shook her head. Whatever, she said. Jason looked at me, not saying anything, but saying everything. After dinner, we stepped outside. I'll pay, I said again when the bill came earlier. That was my life. Always giving, always proving, always trying. Jason walked beside me. You okay? He asked. Yeah, I said. You sure? He pressed. Yeah, I repeated. He stopped walking. Say it again, he said. What? I asked. That you're okay, he said. I'm okay, I said. He stared at me, then nodded slowly. All right, he said. But he didn't believe me, and neither did I. Days passed like that. Same pattern, same conversations, same silence inside me. Then came her birthday. I went all out, more than I should have, more than I could afford. I stood in the store, holding the bag. Are you sure? The cashier asked. Yeah, I said. That's a lot, she added. I know, I replied. I paid, walked out, heart racing, not from excitement, from pressure. This has to work, I whispered. That night, everything was set. Dinner reservation, decorations, gift ready. I arrived early, checked everything twice. Perfect, I said to myself. Then Lily arrived, wearing a dress I had never seen before. You look amazing, I said. I know, she replied casually. I smiled anyway. Happy birthday, I said, handing her the gift. She took it quickly, opened it. Her eyes widened. Oh wow, she said. You like it? I asked. It's expensive, she said. I laughed nervously. Yeah, I said. She hugged me briefly. Thank you, she said. Jason arrived a few minutes later. He looked around, then at me. You really did all this? He asked. Yeah, I said. He nodded slowly. Of course you did, he muttered. We sat down. Dinner started. Everything seemed fine. For a while. Then I noticed it. Lily wasn't focused. Not on me. Not on the dinner. Her eyes kept moving. following someone. I turned slightly and saw him, Adrian Blake, standing near the bar. Confident, relaxed, different. He caught her eye. She smiled. Not politely, not casually, differently. I felt it instantly. That shift, that quiet change. Who's that? I asked. She didn't look at me. Just someone, she said. Just someone. I repeated. She stood up. I'll be back, she said, and walked toward him. I sat there, frozen. Jason looked at me. Ethan, he said slowly. I didn't respond. I just watched. Watch her laugh. Watch her talk. Watch her choose. Not me. Him. Right in front of me. Jason leaned closer. You see it now? He asked quietly. I swallowed. Yeah, I said. For the first time, I actually saw it. Clear. Undeniable. Everything I ignored. Everything I defended. Everything I paid for. It meant nothing. I stood up slowly. Jason grabbed my arm. Where are you going? He asked. I don't know, I said. But I knew. I wasn't staying. Not anymore. I looked at her one last time. She didn't even notice me leaving. That was the part that hurt the most. Not the betrayal. Not the replacement. The fact that I didn't matter enough to be noticed. I walked out. The night air hit my face. Cold. Real. I took a deep breath. And for the first time, I didn't feel confused. I felt clear. That was the night I lost everything. And strangely, it was also the night my life reset. I woke up, and something felt off. Not wrong. Familiar. Too familiar. I stared at the ceiling, my heart already racing. This feels, I whispered. I sat up quickly. Same room. Same light coming through the window. Same time. I grabbed my phone. Checked the date. My breath caught. No way. I said under my breath. It was the same morning. Lily's birthday. The same day everything had fallen apart. I stood up from the bed. This already happened, I said slowly. My mind started replaying everything. The gift. The dinner. Adrian. Her walking away. Me standing there like I didn't matter. I clenched my fists. I remember all of it, I said. Every detail. Every feeling. Every mistake. A strange silence filled the room. Then it hit me. This is a second chance. I paced around. No, this is real, I said. I looked at myself in the mirror. Same face. Same person. But not the same mind. I knew what was coming. I knew how it ended. And for the first time, I had a choice. I leaned closer to the mirror. I'm done, I said to myself. Not quietly. Not uncertain. Done. With the chasing. With the proving. With the begging disguised as love. My phone buzzed. Lily. Of course. Right on time. I stared at the screen for a second. Last time, I had answered instantly. Smiling. Excited. Ready to give everything. This time, I let it ring. It stopped. Then rang again. I picked up. Hello. I said. Finally. She said, her voice bright. Were you sleeping? Yeah. I replied. You forgot what today is? She asked playfully. No, I said. A pause. Then why do you sound like that? She asked. Like what? I replied. Normal, she said. I almost laughed. Is that a problem? I asked. She hesitated. No, just different, she said. Maybe I am, I replied. Another pause. So, she said, changing her tone slightly, what's the plan? Last time, I had everything planned already. This time, there's no plan, I said. Silence. What do you mean? She asked. I mean, I'll come, I said. That's it. The line went quiet. For a second longer than it should have. You're joking, right? She said. No, I replied. Ethan, she said, her voice sharpening slightly. It's my birthday. I know, I said. And, she pressed. And I said I'll come. I repeated. That's it, she asked again. That's it, I confirmed. She let out a small laugh. But it wasn't amused. Wow, she said. What? I asked. Nothing, she replied quickly. But it wasn't nothing. I could hear it. That shift. That small crack. I'll see you later, I said. Yeah, she said slowly. We hung up. I stared at the phone. That's new, I said. No pressure. No panic. No need to fix a reaction. I sat down on the edge of my bed. This is where it changes, I told myself. I didn't rush out. Didn't go shopping. Didn't check my bank account. For the first time, I did nothing. And it felt strange. But also right. Later that day, Jason called. Yo, he said. Hey, I replied. You ready for tonight? he asked. For what? I said. He paused. Lily's birthday, he said. I know, I replied. So, he asked. So what? I said. Don't tell me you didn't plan anything, he said. I didn't, I replied. Silence. Wait, what? He said. I'm just going, I said. That's it. Jason let out a short laugh. Who are you? He asked. I'm just tired, I said. Tired of what? He asked. Everything, I replied. He went quiet for a moment, then said about time. I smiled slightly. Yeah, I said. You serious about this? He asked. Completely, I replied. Then don't back out, he said. I won't, I said. That felt solid, unshakable. Evening came. I got dressed. Simple. No effort to impress. No pressure to perform. Just me. When I arrived, everything looked the same. Same place. Same setup. But it didn't feel the same. Because I wasn't. I walked in. Lily saw me immediately. She looked around. Then back at me. You came empty-handed? She asked. Yeah, I said. Her expression shifted. Subtle, but clear. No gift? She asked. No, I replied. No surprise? She added. No, I said. She forced a smile. Okay, she said. But it wasn't okay. I could see it. Jason walked up beside me. This is already interesting, he whispered. I didn't respond. I just watched. Watched her react. Watched her adjust. Watched her try to figure out what changed. Are you okay? She asked me quietly. I'm fine, I said. You're acting weird, she said. Maybe I'm just acting real, I replied. She blinked. Didn't answer. That was another crack. Small, but real. We sat down. Conversation started. But something was off. Not in the room. In her. She kept looking at me. Like she was waiting. Waiting for the old version of me to show up. To fix it. To perform. To give. But he didn't. Because he wasn't there anymore. I leaned back in my chair. Calm. Observing. Present. For the first time, I wasn't reacting. I was choosing. And that changed everything. Because in that moment, I realized something simple. Control doesn't break loudly. It cracks quietly. And she just felt the first one. Everything changed when I stopped giving. Not slowly. Not quietly. Immediately. We were sitting at the table, the same one I had imagined differently before. Lily kept glancing at me, then at my hands, then at the empty space in front of me. Waiting. I could see it clearly now. The expectation. The habit I had built for her. So, she said finally, forcing a light tone. Where's my gift? I looked at her calmly. I didn't bring one, I said. Silence. Not the normal kind. The kind that shifts the room. Jason froze for a second. Adrian leaned back slightly, a faint smirk on his face. Lily blinked, then laughed. Oh, very funny, she said. I'm serious, I replied. Her smile didn't disappear immediately, but it changed. Subtle. Tight. You're serious? She asked. Yes, I said. Another pause. You didn't give me anything? She said. No, I replied. Jason cleared his throat. Ethan, he said quietly. You good? I'm fine, I said. Lily looked at him, then back at me. Okay, she said slowly. So what is this? What do you mean? I asked. This. She gestured toward me. This attitude. I leaned back slightly. It's not an attitude, I said. Then what is it? She asked. It's just me, I replied. She stared at me, trying to read something that wasn't there anymore. That's not funny, she said. I'm not joking, I replied. Adrian chuckled softly. Interesting, he said under his breath. Lily shot him a quick look, then focused back on me. You always do something, she said. I know, I replied. So why not today? She asked. Because I don't want to, I said. That landed hard. Her expression shifted again, more noticeable this time. You don't want to? She repeated. Yes, I said. Jason looked between us. Okay, this is new, he muttered. Lily leaned forward slightly. Did I do something? She asked. I shook my head. No, I said. Then why are you acting like this? She pressed. I'm not acting, I replied. That's the problem, she said. I almost smiled. For the first time, she was uncomfortable. Not me. You're overreacting, she added quickly, trying to recover. I'm not reacting at all, I said. That made her pause, because she knew it was true. Dinner continued, but it wasn't the same. Conversations felt forced. Laughter sounded off. Every few minutes, she glanced at me again. waiting, hoping, expecting something to change. It didn't, because I wasn't performing anymore. Jason leaned toward me quietly. "What happened to you?" he whispered. "I woke up," I replied. He stared at me for a second, then nodded slowly. "About time," he said. Across the table, Adrian watched everything with quiet amusement, like he understood something Lily didn't yet, that the dynamic had shifted, and she felt it. I could see it in the way she held her posture, in the way her voice lost its certainty, in the way her confidence wasn't as effortless anymore. For years, I had built her expectations, brick by brick, gift by gift. Now I was breaking them, one moment at a time. After dinner, we stepped outside. Cool air, open space. She walked beside me, silent at first. Then, "You're really not going to explain?" she asked. "I already did," I said. "No, you didn't," she replied. "I said I didn't bring anything," I reminded her. "That's not an explanation," she said. "It's enough," I replied. She stopped walking. I stopped too. "Ethan," she said, her voice softer now, "this isn't you." I looked at her. "It is," I said. "You've changed," she said. "Yes," I replied. "Why?" she asked. "Because I needed to," I said. She searched my face. For something. Anything. But I didn't give her what she was used to. No reassurance. No effort to fix her feelings. Just truth. "I don't like this version," she said. I nodded. "That's okay," I replied. Her eyes widened slightly. "You don't care?" she asked. "I care about myself now," I said. That hit deeper than anything else. She looked away for a second, then back at me. "This is temporary," she said. I didn't respond, because I knew it wasn't. We stood there in silence. Then Jason called from behind. "Yo, we heading out?" "Yeah," I said. I turned to leave. She didn't follow immediately. That was new. I walked away. Not fast, not slow, just steady. The next few days felt different. Not just because of her reaction, because of mine. I stopped checking my phone constantly. Stopped waiting for her messages. Stopped thinking about what she wanted. Instead, I focused on myself. Work, time, energy, respect. I stayed longer at the office. Finished tasks I used to delay. Said no when I meant no. It felt strange, but right. One afternoon, someone approached my desk. "Hey," she said. I looked up. Sophia Bennett. Quiet, observant. Someone I'd seen around, but never really noticed. "Hey," I replied. She hesitated for a second, then said, "You seem different." I leaned back slightly. "I am," I replied. She studied me for a moment. "Good different," she said. I smiled slightly. "I hope so," I replied. She nodded. "I've noticed," she added. "Not many people do," I said. She shrugged lightly. "I pay attention," she said. That was new. No expectations. No demands. Just observation. Just honesty. We stood there for a moment. No pressure. No performance. Just a simple conversation. And for the first time, someone wasn't looking at what I could give. They were looking at who I was. And that changed something again. Because power doesn't come from control. It comes from choice. And for the first time in my life, I was choosing myself. The more I pulled away, the more Lily came closer. It didn't happen all at once. It started small. A message here. A question there. Then it became obvious. "Hey," she said one afternoon, walking up to me at work. I looked up from my desk. "Hey," I replied. "You've been busy," she said. "A little," I answered. She stood there, waiting. For something more. I didn't give it. "You didn't text me back last night," she added. "I saw it late," I said. "That's not like you," she said. "I guess things change," I replied. She frowned slightly. "Why are you acting like this?" she demanded. I leaned back in my chair. "Like what?" I asked calmly. "Like you don't care anymore," she said. There it was. Direct, clear, honest. And it hit harder than she expected. Because it was true. I looked at her for a second, then said, "Maybe I don't." Silence. Her expression shifted instantly. "You're joking," she said. "I'm not," I replied. She crossed her arms. "This isn't funny," she said. "I'm not trying to be funny," I answered. She looked around quickly, then back at me. "What happened to you?" she asked. I started paying attention, I said. "To what?" she pressed. "To everything," I replied. She shook her head. "This doesn't make sense," she said. It doesn't have to, I answered. She stared at me, trying to figure out how to bring things back to how they were. But she couldn't, because that version of me didn't exist anymore. You used to care, she said quietly. I used to ignore things, I corrected. Her lips parted slightly, then closed again. I don't like this, she said. I know, I replied. That only made it worse, because I wasn't trying to fix it. I wasn't trying to comfort her. I was just steady. She stepped closer. Talk to me properly, she said. I am, I replied. No, you're not, she argued. Yes, I am, I said. You're being cold, she said. I'm being honest, I answered. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me. Maybe she didn't, because I wasn't the same person anymore. I don't understand what you want, she said. I don't want anything, I replied. That stopped her completely. You don't want anything, she repeated. No, I said. That's impossible, she said. It's not, I replied. She took a step back, like she needed distance to process it. You always wanted to make me happy, she said. I know, I replied. So what changed? She asked. I realized that wasn't enough, I said. For what? She asked. For me, I answered. She didn't respond, because she didn't have an answer for that. And that was the shift. Not loud, not dramatic, but real. She wasn't in control anymore, and she felt it. Days passed, and I kept doing the same thing, focusing on myself. Work, routine, growth. No chasing, no proving, no overthinking. Meanwhile, things around her started changing. I didn't see it directly, but I heard it. Whispers, conversations. Did you hear about Lily? Someone said near the break room. I didn't look, just listened. Something about Adrian, another voice replied. What happened? The first one asked. Arguments, the second said. Serious ones. I stayed quiet, didn't react, didn't ask, because it wasn't my concern anymore. Later that day, Jason walked up to me. Man, he said, shaking his head, you won't believe this. I probably won't, I replied. He leaned against my desk. She looked stressed lately, he said. Who? I asked, even though I knew. Lily, he replied. I nodded once. That's unfortunate, I said. He stared at me. That's it, he asked. What do you want me to say? I replied. I don't know, he said. Something. I shrugged. I don't have anything, I said. Jason studied me for a moment, then smiled slightly. You're serious, he said. I am, I replied. He nodded slowly. Good, he said. I went back to my work. No distraction, no lingering thoughts. Just focus. Later that evening, I saw her again, standing near the entrance, talking on the phone. Her tone was different. Sharp. Frustrated. No, you don't get it, she said. I walked past her. Didn't stop. Didn't look. But I heard enough. This isn't what I expected, she added. That line stayed with me. Not because it mattered. Because it confirmed something. Adrian wasn't like me. He didn't give. He didn't adjust. He didn't stay. And now she was dealing with that reality. Without a backup. Without a safety net. Without me. A few days later, she approached me again. Slower this time. More careful. Ethan, she said quietly. I looked up. Yes. I replied. She hesitated. Then asked, can we talk? I considered it for a second. Then said, about what? She swallowed. Us, she said. I leaned back. There is no us, I replied. Her eyes dropped, then lifted again. Please, she said. I didn't respond immediately, because I finally understood something. When you stop being someone's safety net, they don't float. They fall. And now, she was starting to feel it. I stood up slowly, looked at her. Calm, clear, unmoved. And for the first time, she wasn't the one choosing. She was the one waiting. Waiting for something that wasn't coming anymore. She came to me one evening. I was standing outside the office, checking something on my phone when I heard her voice. Ethan, can we talk? I looked up. She stood there, hesitant. Not confident. Not certain. Different. I nodded once. Okay, I said. We moved a little away from the entrance. Quiet. No one around. She took a breath. I've been trying to talk to you, she said. I know, I replied. You've been avoiding me, she added. I've been focusing on myself, I corrected. She looked down briefly, then back at me. I made a mistake, she said. Her voice trembled. Not dramatically, just enough to show it was real. I didn't respond. I thought I wanted something else, she continued. I stayed quiet. But I didn't, she added. I watched her, carefully, Not emotionally, just clearly. She stepped closer. I was confused, she said. I didn't understand what I had. I didn't interrupt. I thought Adrian was, she paused, searching for the word. Different, she finished. I nodded slightly. He is, I said. She swallowed. But not in the way I thought, she admitted. Silence settled between us. She looked at me like she was waiting for something. A reaction, a question, anything. I didn't give it. I messed up, she whispered. Yes, I said. That word hit harder than anything else. Because I didn't soften it. I didn't adjust it. I just told the truth. Her eyes filled instantly. I hurt you, she said. Yes, I replied again. She took a shaky breath. I didn't mean to, she added. I looked at her. That doesn't change what you did, I said. She nodded slowly. I know, she whispered. Another pause. Longer this time. I choose you, she said finally. Soft, fragile, honest. Those words once meant everything. Everything. I used to wait for them, hope for them, build my world around them. Now, they felt empty, like something that arrived too late. I looked at her, really looked, at the way she stood, at the way her voice lacked certainty, at the way her confidence had faded. Then I answered. I chose myself first, I said calmly. The moment those words left my mouth, something in her broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just completely. Her shoulders dropped. Her breath caught. Her eyes filled faster. I'm trying to fix this, she said. There's nothing to fix, I replied. Please, she whispered. I can change. I shook my head. You already show me who you are, I said. That's not who I am, she insisted. It is, I replied. She stepped closer again. Desperate now. Give me another chance, she said. I didn't move. I didn't react. I gave you chances, I said. Her lips parted, then closed. I didn't see it, she whispered. I know, I replied. And now I do, she said quickly. Now it's too late, I answered. Tears fell down her face. I didn't think I would lose you, she admitted. That was your mistake, I said. She shook her head. I thought you would always be there, she said. I replied. And then, she asked. And then I stopped, I said. That silence that followed. It said everything. She covered her face for a second, trying to hold herself together. But she couldn't. I don't know what to do now, she said. I looked at her. Calm. Steady. That's not my responsibility anymore, I replied. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me. Maybe she didn't. Because I wasn't the same man. I need you, she said. I shook my head. No, I replied. I needed you, I corrected. Her expression collapsed further. But I learned something, I added. What? She asked weakly. That I don't need anyone who doesn't choose me first, I said. She broke down completely then. Tears. Shaking. Not controlled. Not composed. Real. But it didn't move me the way it used to. Not because I didn't care. Because I had already felt everything. Alone. Before she ever did. I'm sorry, she cried. I know, I said. I really am, she repeated. I believe you, I replied. She looked up at me through tears. Then why does it feel like this? She asked. I answered honestly. Because you finally understand, I said. She froze. That truth settled in. Heavy. Unavoidable. She didn't respond. Because there was nothing left to say. She already knew. The man she ignored. The man she took for granted. The man she thought would always stay. Was the man she needed. And now, he was gone. I took a step back. Not out of anger. Not out of pain. Just distance. I hope you learn from this, I said. She nodded weakly. I will, she whispered. I looked at her one last time. Not with regret. Not with longing. Just clarity. Then I turned and started walking. Step by step. No hesitation. No second thoughts. Behind me, I could hear her quiet sobs. But they didn't stop me. Because this time, I wasn't walking away broken. I wasn't walking away lost. I was walking away free.